Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. My name is Richard Affolter, Director of WEBA. I would like very much that everyone will remain on a mute modality. This is very, very important in order to run this WEBA live workshop. So I'm the director of WEBA, and today this is my 7th workshop, today the 30th September. So it was quite an intense day for me and not finished. So it's great to welcome so many different agents from around the world, many friends, many colleagues, many people which I know from around the world WEBA workshop that I met in the past. And now we are in a new situation. We are now in a virtual world, but I prefer to call this live workshop. So today we have something very, very unique, which is quite amazing. And I will share my screen now to start a little bit with the place where we are in. We are now in Switzerland. We are in Switzerland, and we started with this workshop about study in Switzerland, which is a great opportunity for everyone in the world now to recruit students as well for Swiss State University. And in addition as well, of course, Swiss private school, which is hotel school, high school. I presume that many of you, you're already working with Swiss school, like hotel schools, boarding school. But today we have a complete package about study in Switzerland. Switzerland is a great country. I live in Switzerland. I live in the Italian part of Switzerland, which is close to Italy. And now in the meantime, we can see Zug, which is a beautiful place in Switzerland. And we can see other very beautiful places, which I always, when I see this, I always astonish as well myself. I did not travel in so many places in Switzerland. So it's always nice to see this way to show a country. Switzerland is a very famous country for study since the first war. As you remember, many kids was bring to Switzerland to study in Switzerland because it's a safe country. And this is something very, very unique to bring the kids in a safe country. So when you work with the parents, you can be sure that when their own kids, they will come to Switzerland to study in a Swiss private school, in a Swiss boarding school, in a Swiss university, they will be in a place where they can be safe, which today is very, very important. Now today we can see the Glacier Express, I presume. And this is which I will take next week. Next week I will take the Glacier Express myself from Andermatt to Zermatt in order to see a little bit of Switzerland because I think it's long time that I did not visit my home country. So I will take this moment next week, 2 days, and just relax a little bit on top of the mountain. So now let's go back to business. Let's be directly in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, which many of you already visited before, which is Zurich. Zurich is a great city. Then we have other city, which is Lucerne, Geneva, Lausanne, Bern, Lucerne, Gerlafingen, Solothurn, Martigny, Yverdon, Montreux. We have such Locarno, Ascona, Lugano. We have so many different cities in Switzerland. And we have 4 different languages: German, French, Italian, Romanish. So what is the interesting part here is send your kids to Switzerland. This is a promotion for study in Switzerland from myself, not because I'm Swiss and because I'm living in Switzerland, but because as well in Switzerland is a fantastic education system. It's very cheap to study in Swiss State University. The cost is very, very low. It goes between 1,500 Swiss franc to 2,500, 3,000 Swiss franc, which is equivalent of about 2,000 to 3,000 US dollar per year. So to study in a Swiss state university is not expensive, absolutely not. But to study in a Swiss university it's not so easy to enter. It's not so easy to enter. So many agents will need to realize that to enter in a Swiss state university, they will need to do a program. They need to do it's called ECUS. So they need to do 31 weeks of this program, which is called ECUS. ECUS is necessary for students coming from many different countries. So I typed this down, this country, but out of my memory, I can tell you that the country includes majority of the African countries. This is very important for you. Indonesia, South Korea, the majority of the South American countries. So many students coming from these different countries, they need to do the ECUS examination. We will have a specialist with us today, which I will introduce you shortly, and he will give us a little bit more information about this one as well. But it's very important for you to understand that for study in a Swiss state university, the majority of the students coming from many different countries, I repeat one more time, but majority from African country, from South America, from South Korea, from Indonesia, from Taiwan, and other countries as well. I cannot mention every country now, but these students, they need to do the ECUS program, and they need to do the examination as well in the end. So how to do it, and how long it will take, and when it will start. These are all the questions that we ask ourselves. So we prepare today some of this information with my team, and let me go back here a little bit on the information that I prepare for you. And so this is now written in German and in French because it's important for you to understand that in Switzerland, the two strongest language is German and French. So this is ECUS, which is officially from the government, and they working together with different school in Switzerland where they can do the examination. In this case here, we have one school, École Bert, which is located in the French part of Switzerland. So with École Bert, you can do this program. But before, I want to just spend some word about École Bert. École Bert is doing this program for international students who want to study in Switzerland since many, many years. And they write as well in French. I was born in '52. So they have so many years of experience now, 39 years. Now, how long is the course? The course to do an ECUS program is 31 weeks. So 31 weeks, and now this is written in French, 31 semaines, which is 31 weeks. They will need to do 31 weeks of this program. So this is just to give you an idea how long it will take to do the program, 31 weeks. 31 weeks, it means that it works like this. It will start every September. So students can still enroll now in September and in October as well. And because of the COVID and everything else, students will be able as well to start, but we have to look this in individual cases until December, January. But it depends as well case by case. Usually every program starts in September since many years. The ECUS program starts in September till and examination, it will be in on the 20th of August on the next year. But for the students who need a visa for entering Switzerland, they will need to finish this program by the end of February 2021. So this is a very important point because we have, of course, two categories of students as well, students who need a visa and students who will not need a visa. So for the students who need a visa, they will need to start in September, October this year or next year, 2021 until 2022. And for all the other students, they can start as well in a later stage, like November, December, and January. But these have to be looked into case by case. Now, I can see that many more agents are joining us at the moment. I would like to welcome all the agents. It's great. At the moment, we have 43 agents inside from 27 different countries. I will just explain one more time very shortly that for study in Switzerland inside in a state university, you need to do a program which is called ECUS, and this program is necessary from students coming from many countries around the world, which include the majority of countries from Africa, from South America, South Korea, Taiwan, Indonesian, and many other countries. In Russia, for example, the students will be able to do the examination only if they already studied for 2 years in Russia university. But again, here we will have a specialist shortly with us who will give a little bit more information about the ECUS, and I will ask him some additional questions. But before to go on this, I have prepared for you as well a video which I want to show you about how to study in Switzerland in a state university. So let me show this video. So this is a video from the University of Geneva, and University of Geneva is a state university, is a great university, is very famous around the world, and as well here in Switzerland, many students study there. But we have other faculty, we have other university. We have the University of Zurich, which is completely different, and this is for German. University of Geneva is French, University of Zurich is in German. Then we have as well in the Italian part, of course, where I'm living, we have a University of Lugano, we have the Architectural University. Of course, all these different universities, they offer the program usually in German, in French, in Italian, but some of them, they have as well some bachelor in English, some master in English, of course. Just to give you information, I want to give you the complete picture about study in Switzerland in a state university. So this is the point here today, is how to study inside in a state university in Switzerland, what I have to do as an agent, and how I can cooperate with you. How I can cooperate with you. Now, this is a very good question, which I will come back to you in a second stage. And in the meantime here, I want to share this, and I want to welcome Mr. Serge Gay from Switzerland. He is and a past CEO of 11 schools in Switzerland. So he has many years of experience in dealing with agents, first of all, with students, with school, with business school, with university. Hello, Serge, first of all, how are you?
Hello, Richard. Nice to hear you. And congratulations for your day. So 7 conference Zoom. Amazing. Nice to meet you, and also nice to meet everybody here.
Thank you, Serge. Thank you very much. Thank you to accept my invitation today to give an interview to you. Serge, we welcome at the moment 45 agents from 25 different languages. We cover South America, we cover Africa, we cover Russian, Ukraine, many European agents from Turkey as well. We have from Central Europe. So it's a big mix of agents who join us today from Indonesia. I have one of my longest agents, friend, business manager, which I want to say hello, is Mrs. Irawati. She's located in Indonesia, and in the past she was working as well for a Swiss hotel school, a private Swiss hotel school. So we know each other since more than 20 years now. And I just want to say hello to Mrs. Irawati, because I think it's very important to have people with such experience in our WEBA Life workshop today. So Serge, I have some questions that I want to ask you. First of all, is the situation in Switzerland with this COVID. How is the situation? Because I can see here in the Italian part that the students are going back to the university, and everything is going much better. How is the situation in the French part?
So I think that in the French part, the situation is quite good. You know, Switzerland handled the pandemic very well, and the Swiss population appreciate the Swiss government handling of the crisis. Just as an example, on a daily basis, apart from wearing a mask inside shops, restaurants, cinemas, concert halls, everything is normal. In Switzerland, there is no need to wear the mask in the street, so you can walk, and I think it's not so difficult. We have not a lot of difficulty with the pandemic. Now, concerning foreign students who want to come to Switzerland at this moment, of course, she or he will have to undergo on quarantine. But the quarantine in Switzerland is 10 days. But the Swiss government now is thinking to reduce the number of the quarantine days, maybe 5 to 7 days. And we all hope that very soon the situation will change for the better. Maybe one point, because very important, yes, who needs to pass the ECUS examination?
This is the question.
A very well introduction, because we know that Swiss public universities are very well known all over the world, and they have a very good ranking. And also something you need to keep in mind, which is a great advantage. Let's imagine that you will come 4 years in Switzerland, including the preparatory courses, and the tuition, the average of the tuition will be only $3,700 US, more or less. But back to who needs to pass the examination, more or less all the African countries, all the South African countries. But I just want to mention countries like, and of course, Indonesia. I'm nice to hear that you have an agent coming from Indonesia. And just by the way, I know Richard for also more than 20 years. But for countries, for example, like Russia or Ukraine, East country or others, you have 2 ways. The first way, you need to do 2 years in your public university and to pass the examination, and then you can do a French examination. But if you have a student just finishing his high school, he can go directly and can enter directly into the Swiss university. But for this, you need to pass the ECUS examination, just to have overall understanding of the situation per countries.
So Serge, the question in refer of the ECUS, the student need to do 31 weeks, correct?
Yes, exactly. I can maybe present to you a little bit the École Bert, because today I'm representing École Bert. So École Vert, the headquarters is in Geneva. No need to present Geneva. The École Vert was founded in 1952. It's been more than 70 years now. And something very special, École Vert was the first Swiss school to organize preparatory courses for the ECUS examination. Sometimes something very important you ask, percentage of success, 98%. So the École Vert is really the right school to pass the examination, and École Vert was the first one. Now already more than 800 students pass the examination, and we have students for more than 30 different nationalities. I give you the number of 800, but the school is a very family school, and we are really taking care of the students. Per year, we have an average of 60 students per year attending the courses to enter into the university, or also other kind of courses. And something very, very important, because you know, sometimes you can live in Geneva and you can live also in other cities, and to come to École Vert. So École Vert is really in the heart of Geneva, and only 2 minutes walking for the railway station. So it's an amazing location, and with a big building, and they have two floors.
So Serge, I come back to you in refer of the ECUS examination and the ECUS preparatory program. So every student need to do 31 weeks.
Yes.
To do it inside at École Vert, which École Vert has the facility for international students in Geneva. So the student need to start September, October, or eventually, maybe can you please explain, they can do some intensive program as well. Is this correct?
Yes, so normally the courses start on September or October, but sometimes you have students coming a little bit later, and we can do a tailor-made courses and joining the other. So we are open, but after the month of February, it will be really difficult to welcome students. We will need to wait until next September.
Yeah, this is very important. Now, in refer of the visa, because many students, they need a visa to enter in Switzerland. So, basis the information I got directly from the center in Fribourg is that they need to finalizing everything before the end of February 2021 or 2022 or 2023, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now this is the part which is very important to understand. This is a need, because all the students coming from many countries in Africa and South America, like I mentioned before, Taiwan, South Korea, Indonesia, and many other countries. Of course, we will look this individually with you. We need to have a one-to-one session with you. So we have all your details. But I would like to ask everyone who's seriously interested just to fill out, I will put a form on the chat system now. So you can just fill out this form here that I put on the chat system. Very simple. So we know that you are seriously interested, and we can contact you and make a one-to-one meeting. So we will explain you in detail how that you can cooperate together in order that you can get a commission. Because end of the day, what is very, very important is this is the form to fill out: name, surname, email, agency, country, if you work already with some university, and please indicate to reference. This is very important too. So what I want to say here, what is very, very important is to understand that you are seriously interested and you have candidates that are interested to study in Switzerland, because the tuition fee to study in a state university is very low. So how to get the commission? This is the most important part. So with École Vert, we will prepare for you a package price, which we will explain to you in an individual basis, in a one-to-one. We will not talking about prices now here with 41 different agents from around the world. We will look this together with you, and we will create a package price so that you can send your students to do these 31 weeks in Switzerland, do the examination, and then enter directly in the Swiss university. Now I have another question for you, Serge. I'm
Yes.
a little bit a journalist now with you today. So students who will do the 31 weeks and do the examination on the 20 August in Switzerland, if they will not pass, what happened?
I will give you only one answer. 98% average success.
Fantastic. This is a good question. So that then in refer of the accommodation, will there be any assistance for the agents who will come from outside Switzerland, because everyone is from outside Switzerland? Will there be any assistance from Ecolbert? And second question is Ecolbert, which are the universities that work together mostly? Let's go with the first questions first.
Okay, first questions. Like I told you before, Ecolbert is a really family school. So with an average of 60 students per year, we will take care of every student, and we will not welcome students before finding a solution for the lodgement and for to be able to live in Switzerland.
Okay.
Now your second question, huh?
Which university Ecolbert, the most of the students who finish with Ecolbert, on which university they will enter, usually?
Yes, we are specialized and we have a very close contact with the French university. French university means Geneva, Neuchâtel, and Lausanne. And with Lausanne, also a very famous department called EPFL, École Polytechnique Fédérale. But of course, there are also some possibility and solution for other universities, but we are specialized on the French university.
Then I have more questions coming in from different agents. First of all, the reference doesn't have to be from Swiss university. It can be a reference from university around the world. When you fill out the form, there can be a reference. Just put some of the university you work together. Can be from the United Kingdom, can be from the United States. A question that I get in from Yumiko, she's how about for non-French, non-German speakers? This is the concept, the ECUS. This is the reason why they need to do the ECUS, because they are coming from non-French and non-German speaker country. This is correct?
Yes, and the courses is made for non-French and non-German speakers, and the goal is they have a good level to pass the examination. Of course, if they are very good in French, we can maybe see how we will manage the courses.
I have another question. I remember we had some discussion about this one. Maybe help me a little bit. I may have forgot. Japanese students, do they need to do the ECUS program, the 31 weeks?
Yes, they need to do the ECUS program.
And South Korea as well, correct?
South Korea as well. Okay. And for this, we will be able to share with everybody the official list, which country has to do what.
Then another question. I remember as well that you mentioned about China in one of our discussion. Why China, they don't have to do the ECUS?
So we have two ways. The first way is if this is a Chinese students, so the Chinese students need to study 2 years to get the bachelor. And after the 2 years, if they are successful, they have to pass a French examination, and then they can enter into the Swiss university. But before, they need to study 2 years in China. I think if they want to come after, for example, the international baccalaureate, they need to pass the ECUS examination. But it's different with China. All the country, we have all the information official from the state government and from the state university. We will be able to share with you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I will invite everyone who is interested to fill out the link that I put on the chat below. We will create a one-to-one meeting with you, and we will look into detail from which country you're coming from in order to look if you need to do this ECUS program. This is very, very important. And then during the one-to-one meeting, we will as well look exactly how to work with you in a commission way, because our interest is that you as an agent, you are making your commission in work with state university, and you need to have your part as well when you send your students for these 31 weeks. Serge, one more question. I have some more questions coming in. you cannot study in Switzerland if you will not do this program, correct?
So you will have possibility to study in a private schools,
okay.
and private university. In a public, no way.
Okay.
You need absolutely to do the ECUS examination.
Then we have more country now, French-speaking country from Morocco, who send me some good information. They have the French education system, but I think this will be look individually in a one-to-one session, because like you mentioned before, every country has a different scheme for Switzerland.
But I can just give you one information, because I was working quite a lot with Morocco, and currently I have some project in Morocco. So Moroccan students who get the Moroccan baccalaureate need to do the ECUS examination.
Okay. So when you say they need to do the ECUS examination, they need to do first the 31 weeks and then do the examination?
Yes, right.
Okay, so it's very important to clarify this point. When Serge is mentioned about the ECUS examination, it means that they have to do the 31 weeks ECUS program, which is called in German Vorbereitungskurs. And this is very, very important in order to do the examination then. Thank you very much, Serge, for this short information. I would like to continue, and I wanted you to keep with me another 5 minutes. I just want to share my screen one more time to everyone now, because I like to show you Switzerland a little bit. I think Switzerland is one of the most interesting place to study, because it's a safe place. And we started with this. We started with Switzerland as a safe country, safe destination. We have in Switzerland as well hotel schools. We have excellent hotel schools, private hotel schools, which I know many agents of you, you're working together already, and as well private boarding school. If you are interested as well to cooperate with Swiss private school and Swiss boarding school, when you fill out this form that I sent to you, we will give you some information about some private school, and this may be helping you to work with the students, with the parents that you welcome in your office every day. So this is about study in Switzerland. So I hope that I have given you a little bit of information today about the opportunity to work with Swiss State University. So to make a long story short, you need to do this ECUS program here in Switzerland. And when you finish with the ECUS program, you have to do an examination. And during this time with the École Bert, you will work together in order to do the registration for your students into the Swiss State University. Serge, I would like to thank you very, very much to be on board today with us and to have time, first of all, for me with this interview about studying Switzerland. You want to say something finally about studying Switzerland?
So, you know, first of all, thank you very much, Richard. And it was a pleasure to present to all of your partner the possibility to study in Switzerland. And I stay at your disposal to everyone, and to do this and to explain to you the possibility regarding to your situation. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, on the chat below on Zoom, you can find the chat. I put the link of the form site link. You can fill out this link, and so we will be able to arrange a one-to-one meeting with you in order that we can organize an agreement with you that you will be able to enroll your student into Swiss State University. But as well, if you are looking to work with some private school, boarding school, or hotel school, do not hesitate. We will, of course, give you some additional information from some private school as well, in case you need assistance. But remember, in Switzerland, we have excellent education system for private and for state. From my side, I would like to thank you everyone to be on board today. It was a short meeting, but I always say it's better short and concrete than go too long and I know I like to speak a lot, but I think this helping you a little bit to have some more information about study in Switzerland. I will leave now the video of Switzerland a little bit, 1 more minute, so until you can download the form site that I put to you, and you can have a little bit of the view of Switzerland. Thank you, Serge. Thank you again to join me.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the agents from around the world to join the WEBA Live workshop. Again, my name is Richard Affolter. I'm the director of WEBA, and I'm based here in Switzerland. Today, we had this special edition about study in Switzerland into Swiss State University with the cooperation with École Bert, located in Geneva, where you students will have the opportunity to do the ECUS program, which is 31 weeks, starting from September, October, even November. They end, in case they have some special requests, we can always look into a one-to-one session with you. And this will give you the opportunity from now on to offer Switzerland as a university destination for your students, and you will be able as well to earn commission. In order to earn commission, you need to fill out the link on form site, and we will contact you and arrange a one-to-one meeting. I know I'm a little bit repetitive sometimes, but it's very important to clarify this point, because students from around the world, not every country, but the majority of countries, which include Africa, South America, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia, and many more countries, need to do these 31 weeks in Switzerland before to start and enter in a Swiss university. Without this program, without this examination, which is called ECUS, they will not be able to start in a Swiss university. So I hope I have given you some clarified position about studying in Switzerland. And I would like to say thank you very much. It was my pleasure to have 41 agents here today from different countries. And thank you again. All the best. Take care. Stay safe.